big budget changes and the difference it's making to commercial real estate at the moment. We're going to talk about it right now. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak, episode 1670. It's commercial properties time to shine with this year's budget, all the talk of residential, all the negative changes, you could say, to negative gearing. We've seen a massive increase in, a positive increase in first-time seasoned residential investors wanting to know about commercial property. So, Mark, what is commercial property? Why is it appealing? And why should buyers be looking at it?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that the incentives I look at this budget that's come through, and I think there's a lot of penalties. There's a penalty for this, and there's a penalty for that, and they've been penalised for stuff out there, not incentivised for investors out there, which I think has been the most interesting thing to actually watch. Having said that, after the tide left the next day, a couple of days, a week later, everyone was like, hang on a sec, commercial's been untouched. So, that grandfathering that's been referred to and all this stuff, like literally everything in commercial was grandfathered. And then the stuff that was penalised with new capital gains rules or penalised with new negative gearing rules, now it's made residential look like no, and it's made commercial look like wow.
And what would be the elevator pitch for why to buy commercial property and a bit of the sort of stigma attached to it? I think a lot of my sort of pitch or observation would be the residential buyer thinks properties are empty for a long time. There's no capital growth. Like, why should people buy commercial property?
Look at that.
Hey,
Crazy. I'm doing that. I think. Look, with commercial property, just the incentives alone, people are actually borrowing more. So I think it's quite interesting that with those incentives, with second-hand property, residential, you basically are borrowing 20%, or you can only borrow, or your lending capacity